Okay, partial fractions question. Write 3x minus 1 over x squared plus 4x plus 4 as the sum of partial fractions. So you look at this and you want to be factorizing the denominator. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 plus 4x plus 4, quadratic trinomial, so equals x. Factors of 4, 2 and 2 will make 4 when you add them, so equals x plus 2 squared. So this is a repeated factor. (3x minus 1 over x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 3x minus 1 over x plus 2 squared. Now when you have this repeated factor, the form of your partial fractions will be, you need to consider every power up to the highest power of this repeated factor. So we're going to say 3x minus 1 over x plus 2 squared is identical to, so we're going to have some a over x plus 2 plus some b over x plus 2 squared. So if this was cubed, we'd have a c as well, and we'd have an x plus 2 cubed. Now you've got it like this, the next step is to multiply through by the highest power of the repeated factor. So we're going to multiply through by x plus 2 squared. So that's going to mean it goes from here, it goes from here, and you're going to have an x plus 2 in the numerator there. So 3x minus 1 is identical to a x plus 2 plus b. So knowing that this works for any value of x, we can substitute useful values of x. The first immediately obvious one being x equals minus 2. So if x equaled minus 2, this term with the a in it would disappear and we'll be able to find b. So if x equals minus 2, so 3 times minus 2 minus 1 equals a times minus 2 plus 2 is 0 plus b. 3 times minus 2 is minus 6, minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7, so minus 7 equals b. So if we go back to this expression, the 3x minus 1 is identical to ax plus 2 plus b. We now know that b equals minus 7, so you can substitute another value of x because it works for any value of x as it's an identity. So say 0 if x equals 0. So 3 times 0 minus 1 equals a 0 plus 2 plus b, which is minus 7, so plus minus 7. So this is minus 1 equals 2a minus 7. 2a equals minus 1 plus 7, which is 6. So that means that a equals 3. If we go back to our original identity, 3x minus 1 over x plus 2 squared equals a over x plus 2 plus b over x plus 2 squared. Then we can substitute now our values of a and b. So a is 3 and b is minus 7. So 3 over x plus 2 minus 7 over x plus 2 squared, which means, so if I just write that in the form it was given in the question, so 3x minus 1 over x squared plus 4x plus 4 is identical to 3 over x plus 2 minus 7 over x plus 2 squared.